Hi guys, it's Joe, and welcome to another episode of Games for Tea, and we're talking about Blazblue this week. Well, Blazblue Chronophantasma Extend, particularly, for the PS4. And in this video you'll be seeing, during the little footage just down here, me practicing some combos with my favourite character, which is Lambda 11, and then me getting my ass handed to me in the extremely difficult Unlimited Mars mode, which any Blazblue player would tell you is not easy. And it's using boss characters, which are also known as unlimited characters, combined with some pretty spammy AI, and they know how to button press as soon as you press your buttons. So yeah, you'll get to see me getting absolutely trashed, and that'll be good fun for you. I'm also not alone today, so I've got my brother Oliver up on here for us, and we'll be talking about various things. And if you guys want to be featured on Games for Tea or anything, then send me a message and we'll go from there.
You're here to ruin the video, aren't you?
Yes, you are. I can tell. So, have you played Blazblue very much?
Yeah, no, I've played Blazblue, but I haven't played it since the older ones with Makoto in it, which I believe is Chronophantasma.
No, Chronophantasma was the current one. Continuum Shift was the last one, where Makoto, I think, was a DLC character.
Okay.
So, is it a game that you particularly like?
It's a game I really enjoyed, but at the time we were playing it, there wasn't really anyone to play with, because we were still hooked up on Street Fighter.
Yeah,
Blade Ultra came out around the same time that we stopped playing Blazblue.
That makes
and
sense.
Tekken 6, which was very temporary.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the competitive scene for fighting games, or any kind of game you play, really?
No, definitely. I prefer competitive to casual gaming in general.
I mean, you run a local game store, which is the one I go to, which is Ace Comics over in Colchester. Do you think that the players there are more sort of leaning towards the competitive side, or more towards the casual?
More so now than they used to. There used to be a lot more casual gaming in general, a lot more, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh anime, Pokemon anime, that sort of thing. But since, I don't know whether it's been because I've been around or other people have been around to make it better for them and make it more competitive, but they're a lot better at the game now in general. And for me, that makes the actual games that I play with them more enjoyable.
Do you worry sometimes that perhaps, whether it's Blazblue, Street Fighter, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, anything like that, whether, you know, you say that your crowd is fairly casual, or you're sort of half and
leaning
half.
on, yeah.
Do you think that perhaps people take things too far and take it too seriously?
I don't think that would make a difference whether it be competitive or casual as to whether they take it seriously or not. It just depends on the person's personality. There are some people up there that do, you know, are very over-passionate about their games and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing entirely, but it does cause some argument, does cause, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I've travelled around a lot, and I've always thought that players are allowed to be as compassionate and like zealous about their games as they want, but when they start talking other people down for how they play their games, that's where I draw the line. You know, I think that, I mean, we've all done it. We've all sat there and said, oh my god, why are you playing that? It sucks. Or
it's no different to the fact that we play competitively. When we see somebody casually play, we think that what they're doing is wrong. But for them, it's not.
No, I mean, I used to a long time ago, because I used to be a lot more competitive with my games than I am now. Unless it's like Street Fighter or anything where I'm trying to up my game for these kinds of things. But I do think that, as I said, you know, you can't. Who are you to judge how somebody plays their game? The game is designed to be enjoyed and not to be a sport necessarily. Whether you take it as a sport is completely fine, but you can't say to people, you can't say to people that it's wrong to play or to do anything like that. If you were to be sort of well known for any particular game, whether it be a video game, a traditional game, anything like that, is there a particular franchise in mind that sort of sticks in your head?
Disgaea, it being a turn-based RPG, which is one of my favourite genres for computer games in general, is something that a lot of people associate me with in general, and Yu-Gi-Oh as well, because I've played it for a long time and I've been in the competitive scene for longer than most other games. I would like to be seen more for the fighting game things in general, because I do enjoy them a lot more than most of the things that I'm well known for in general. But I just need to play them a bit more.
I mean, we're hopefully going to be trying to play more sort of, you know, card games and stuff to film, and whether it be Yu-Gi-Oh or UFS or anything like that, and then obviously the fighting games as well. We could put some footage up on Games for Tea or any other videos that I've got, and sort of that would be quite cool. And it wouldn't just have to be us. It'd be great to kind of meet new people and see kind of how they play and what they're doing differently to us. And I think it'd be really cool to
character roster would change a little bit.
Definitely. What irritates you most about games? I mean, this is called Games for Tea.
Games or gamers?
Gamers.
Gamers.
Yeah. I mean, I could talk about what irritates me about games for half an hour.
Yeah, no, I could do something similar.
Could do an entire
entire
episode just based on like little niggles. I mean, card whipping. My God.
Yeah, well, I do that. I can't help it.
I hate it.
I try really hard to put the
I
cards
put my
down.
hand face down.
I'll try doing it
just
and
when
then
I
I pick
touch
it back up. No, it's really difficult.
I can't do it.
But as for games in general, again, what we were talking about earlier about the fact that I'm over passionate does bug me quite a lot because it puts me off of certain game franchises such as Kingdom Hearts, things like that. You know, games in which and Sonic.
Fanboys rather than gamers.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
No, I agree.
The thing that I dislike much about the games at the moment as well is the lack of individuality in general. A lot of first-person shooters now are basing themselves on the most popular first-person shooter, which before was Call of Duty and now is Destiny, which means that things like Battlefront in general, like that's just come out, everything is multiplayer now. There is no single player. There's no need for single player. But for people who have been playing games since they were children and like the single player side of things, such as Nintendo are still doing, you kind of don't want to play Battlefront anymore just because you're missing half of the game. I would have played the multiplayer had there been a choice, probably. But the fact that there's a choice to play the single player, such as Call of Duty still does, even though nobody plays it, it gives me more reason to play the game and spend the money.
Do you think that applies to card games as well, or do you think it just applies to video games?
I do. One thing that does aggravate me if you do get into the competitive scene for card games and stuff is the expense, how expensive decks become and things like that, and how quickly they go from £60 to a £5, depending on who wins what tournament. So it can be a gamble again, but all card games really are unless you collect them.
I've said in previous episodes of Games for Tea that I find it irritating that players are sheep. There's no room for creativity when it comes to deck building or anything like that. People just do what they're told to, and I think that's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. I think that some people don't have the time or the patience to sit there and learn every card in the game. But it's, you know, as someone who has very little time for that kind of thing, it's something that I look at and I go, it's fine as long as you don't claim it's yours.
No, a lot of people do seem to claim that, you know, when they win with their deck, that it's their deck. But most of the time they've changed to single or a couple of cards. But in general, once you get more of an idea on how decks are built, because a lot of cards and good decks in card games and stuff like that, they're all very similar in such a way that you need synergy. Synergy is the most important thing in all decks and things like that. And once you've learned that a deck that from ages ago or something like that has managed to grab a new card that adds synergy, it's worth testing out. And sometimes it will flop, sometimes it will fail, and sometimes it will succeed. But that's how we get the deck lists in the first place.
So do you prefer playing games on your own, or do you prefer playing multiplayer games, and why do you prefer it?
I like both. I like playing single player story mode if they're good, such as the Japanese RPG games.
I think that a lot of them have kind of gone a bit downhill recently. I mean, there's some good ones out there. I mean, Bravely Default is my life, but
which I've just been playing, so I'll be trying to play that out.
Yeah.
But like I've been playing Dragon Quest Heroes, which has been really good on single player. It's been a fun story. It may not be the best story in the world, but I've been enjoying it on my own.
But I think that, you know, as well as, because I don't know how well reviewed Get the Dragon Quest Heroes is, but one thing that I was going to touch on is that people seem to be so caught up on review scores, and I've been guilty of it in the past, when really you just play what you want to play.
The only time I ever check review scores is for a game that's unfamiliar, that I don't know of. When it's a game franchise that I've already played, whether it be a good score or a bad score, chances are I'm probably going to play it anyway.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I'd rather not see the review just in case it puts down on my franchise, if that makes sense.
Distortion finish!
I hope that my feelings and good deeds have reached my dearly beloved.
Rebel 2, action!
I'll show you.
So, I mean, if you were to pick 3 franchises within video games, what would be your favourite ones?
Pokemon. Definitely Pokemon when it comes to video game franchises, whether it be a bad game or a good game, a good story or bad story, I still seem to enjoy it.
I mean, I came into Pokemon quite late, but I really enjoy it still. I mean, we're going to London to go and see the orchestra for Pokemon in December with some of our friends, and it just sounds amazing. Can't wait for that.
Especially close to Christmas.
Yeah,
really,
it's going to be just before Christmas. So.
Other game franchises would be Disgaea, even though it's not. To be fair, the second one was a real big impact on me. I absolutely loved it. Disgaea was a franchise that I pick up and I look forward to every single year. Whether it's not that popular a game anyway, in England at least. And for a third franchise, it's probably going to be Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Just through, like obviously Resident Evil is kind of, it's a little bit more popular than Silent Hill in general, where so more people know about the game. But Silent Hill I enjoyed a lot more for the story, the gameplay itself, and the atmosphere in general. So you go to play those games for the scare, you go to play those games for the suspense, and I think that Silent Hill gave a lot more suspense than Resident Evil ever did. And unfortunately both game franchises have kind of, you know, plummeted a bit from their newest
They've
games.
petered out a little bit. I mean, Silent Hills, when they announced that, sounded like it was going to be a proper rejuvenation, it sounded amazing, and they canned it for seemingly no reason, which was a bit upsetting. But
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action!
my favourite 3 franchises would probably be Zelda, because Zelda will always be up there.
Yeah, it's up there somewhere.
Castlevania, because I grew up with Castlevania, and the DS games still shock me how good they are. They hold up so well.
I've tried to play Castlevania, but I'm never sure which game to start with. So.
Symphony of the Night is probably the best one to go with to start with. It's the one on the PS1, but you can get it for practically anything these days. If not that, no. Vita, you can get it for PSP, anything that can play PS1 titles.
Okay.
If not that, if you want one for the Nintendo consoles, I'd recommend Dawn of Sorrow, because it's probably my favourite one out of all of them, but I just really enjoy the systems in it and everything. And then Street Fighter, I think it would have to be. I mean, I'm sure I could sit up there and think of another one, but it would have to be Street Fighter, realistically.
Yeah. I think most of the time your favourite franchises aren't really due to the game itself, it's more the experience you have when you're playing.
And I've met so many nice people through those games.
I've played a lot of Street Fighter, but I don't know if I haven't played anywhere near as much as you have.
No, you haven't. But I mean, we played quite a lot. So.
Yeah, me and you.
We've actually been learning how to play certain video game music on musical instruments recently that we want to try and upload to YouTube at some point. I'm a violinist and Ollie's a guitarist, and we both sit there and we thought, well, why not put our heads together and try and learn some of the games that we like. I mean, I've been playing around with Zelda themes for a little while, but you know, Taylor Davis and Lindsay Sterling and that lot did it way better than I ever could, so I think we're going to try and do something else. We were looking at some of the music from Bravely Default and Castlevania. Yeah, because Bravely Default's music does have both violin and guitar in it, and they meld really well.
They always have done, to be honest with you. They're really both string instruments, both sound really good together.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It'd be quite fun to do a couple of songs that haven't been heard on both, though, instead of ones that have.
Yeah,
so
Pokemon themes would be quite good. I mean, I'm sure when we come back from our concert,
we'll have a few
that we'll want to do. Yeah.
I've got to admit, Goldenrod City is definitely one that I would like to try at some point, and I wouldn't mind hearing that on violin as well.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And that's it for this episode of Games for Tea. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you to Oliver for coming on. And subscribe to the channel, and leave a like on the video. You can visit me on Facebook, which is Josepha, or you can tweet me at Josepha, and I'm on Instagram and everything as well. And at the end of this week, I'll have another card painting video for you guys to enjoy. And thanks for watching. So I'll see you guys all later.
Bye.